Now we are going to run this. I have make some change, some update here. Let's make the size more bigger. Write test subject of student, CCNA. Write number of student. For example, we have 3 student. Write student name and result of test. Student name David. It has the result 25.36. Write student name and result of test. Rob 12.52. Write student name and result of test. Daniel is 50.36. Can you see? Geometric mean is this value. Very good. This is the, just a second. This is the total grades value. This is a geometric mean. It has divided by, we have 3 input value. It has used the formula, and very good. This is the geometric mean value. These are the same. Now I'm going to explain here. Now, just a moment. Here, in this class, here is private string. This is the name of course. This is the instance variable. Here is the field. Here, this is the class geometric mean. This is the challenge that we must write is the comment. It will be not execute this. Can you see? This is a comment. Now keyword private. I have explained that this instance variable will be used just in this class. This instance variable cannot be accessed from other class. For example, this. Now this double, it's the keyword. It say that this instance variable it will be with a decimal point. Here we have create now the constructor. This is public because this is accessed from this author class. We have here geometric underscore mean. Here is geo underscore main. That, can you see? This is the reason. If I make here private, can you see here? It cannot be accessed. If you make private, here must be public. Here the parameter of this constructor, this is the data type string. This is the variable parameter of this string. This value of this string we have stored here in this instance variable, and now this is the public string. It will be string return the value. We are getting that value that we have saved here in this instance variable. Here we have get that value, and now here is set name of course. Here you can use here to just to explain. I like copy this. Can we comment here this? Control Shift this. Now mean set. Can you see here? We must write the string. For example, test. Now min. Here is set name of course. Now we will use this method. Can you see? This is the parameter of this setter method. Here we have this variable. This variable, it will be stored to this instance variable. Now we are getting this value. Get name of course. And here we must have cout. Just a moment. We have a store value. Write test subject. Can you see? I will explain. Here, first it will print this string, write test subject of student, and now here in this constructor, this is E. E is read input value that we have given from keyboard, CCNA. Now when it come here, this is from this class. This is the variable that we have stored this from this object. Now here say that set name of course, this value string test, this value test that we have, it will be stored to this instance variable. Now after that, here we have right here this variable, and get name of course has returned that instance variable, that value that we have stored, test. This is this set method setter store the value, getter to get that value. Now here I have explained. Now this is public, it will be accessed from author class method. Here can you see this is the color of this method name has become changed. When I will go Control Shift slash, and can you see here it must change the color. If that I have now, here is the public double, it will return the double. Now this is scanner, the value that we are given from keyboard. This is the variable that we will store this object. Here it will store in this variable. Sometimes it takes time this to change the color because here we have used this name of method we have used, and now here say that this string it will be here substitute assign here in this string. After that the cursor move position in the next line, cursor write here, write number of student, it will be write the number of student. Here say that read the input value, that is the integer. We must write the integer value. Here the counter we have initialized, it starts from 1, and this is the local variable, because here in this method, and we have defined this variable local as a string. Now this is very important here, this part of code, while. This while loop here is the condition expression. If this condition expression is true, it will be continue looping. For example, here, just a second. If, for example, if 3 is it 1 smaller or equal to 3, yes, it will be executed this code. Now 2, is it 2 smaller than or equal to 3, yes, it will be executed this code. Is it 3 smaller or equal to 3, yes, it will be executed this code. Now this counter, can you see, it is increment by 1. When it will be executed here, this counter increment by 1, add by 1, and it's saving here to this counter. When it comes here 4, is it 4 smaller than or equal to 3, no, it will be false. It will be go out of this code block, it will be not executed that code when we are here for smaller than or equal to 3, it will be go out. Now for this value, for example, we will execute this code. What will happen? This is comment. Now here is the print formatted. We have give here the read. This, can you see, control is a string. Here input, this is the scanner, the value that it tells that this is the variable of this scanner. This read the input value that is decimal number. For example, this when we use double is the number that has the decimal point here, floating point. Here is double. I like more to use the math absolute, because sometimes you can type the negative value and maybe it makes the problem, and I like to not have the problem. Math absolute, if number is negative, it convert to positive. This is this operation has that meaning. Now this double value, for now example, it's 1. This grade input is double number that we have given by keyboard. It will be multiplied by 1. Now print this value. This is D value of this counter. It will be start from 1 here. Can you see? This is the counter value. This is the counter value. Print student name. This student name is string. This string name, it will be here will be assigned, and here is one string. we have 1, 2, 3. Here it's and score, and here the number will decimal point. Here for grade it will be substitute here, because grade we know is double. Can you see control here say is integer, control here is the string, control here is the double, and here can you see when use d, here we have to do with integer, when is s we have to do with string, when is percent, and this point here, and f we have to do with floating point number, and this counter increment by 1, add by 1, and save in counter. Now here can you see this is very important, this geometric mean we have defined here before while loop. The reason that we have defined before while loop is that to be accessed out of the while loop. For example, if we are copying this, we must comment this. Can you see when we have defined here, but now this variable cannot be accessed here. Can you see this variable can be accessed just here in this while loop outside here? Can you see this is while, outside it cannot be defined. Where was, can you see this when you define here, just only here in this loop here can be accessed. Now let's delete and make, can you see we define before the while loop for the reason to be accessed outside of the loop. Here this value geo mean it's 1, it will be updated here, calculated. When it will be go outside of loop, it will be store that value, and we are calling, and it's not 1, but it will be author value that we have calculated. Now here it say print total grades will print. Now here in power, here just a second,